Hello everyone, and welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to be taking a look at Scarlet Nexus for the PC. The game was developed and published by Bandai Namco, and is a JRPG all about monsters, time travelling, and more. Is it any good though? Well, let's find out. The game's story is complicated, and kind of all over the place most of the time. It's not really very well told either, and at times it can just be a bit baffling. The story starts off being about monsters attacking a city, and how your group of heroes has to defend it. This very quickly changes and ends up being about a coup, but then that changes and ends up being about time travelling. This then changes again, and is now about humans coming from the moon. Yet again, it changes, and it becomes about the origins of monsters, and this process just keeps on repeating, until eventually everything comes together as one story, and even then, it does still kind of seem a bit confusing. Just like with the story, the game's characters aren't really very well told, or eased into the plot at a proper pace either. Right from the very beginning of the game, you're not told much about either of the main characters, and then out of nowhere you have about 10 to 15 other characters just dropped onto you. What most other games do is give you the main character and then a few others, and then at a slow pace it'll expand on these characters. But this game, however, doesn't really do that. Instead, it gives you several playable characters at once, and then dozens of non-playable characters, and it doesn't really do a very good job of fleshing them out until you're around 10 to 15 hours into the game. And even then, some of the interactions between each of them just seem quite emotionless or kind of flat out stupid. Scarlet Nexus' gameplay is what won me over in the end, and what kept me hooked. When in combat, you'll be going around hacking and slashing at monsters, and you'll be also using various special abilities like telekinesis, invisibility, or slowing down time. When fighting either a single huge giant monster or a horde of them, the gameplay itself is highly fun and addictive, and out of everything, the gameplay is what kept me hooked to the game. With the game using the Unreal Engine, the graphics are absolutely beautiful. The characters and locations are really brought to life, and at times can be truly jaw-dropping. However, this isn't without its faults. Oddly, the PC release doesn't have much in the way of optimization, such as draw distance or field of vision. The graphics seem stuck on what the consoles seem to have, and as a result, this means that whilst playing the game, you'll find a lot of pop-ups appear, such as textures loading when the game loads up, or NPCs appearing in front of you when you're not really that far away from them. The levels in the game are really beautiful, especially ones like the Snowy Mountain level, which will capture your eyes, and then you'll find it impossible to look away. Other locations, such as the dirty rundown subway, also look good, because they do genuinely look like an actual rundown dirty subway, and not just a bland empty corridor. My only complaint with the game's locations is that the game seems to reuse certain ones a lot, whilst only using others just once or twice, and it kind of feels a bit odd as a result. Scarlet Nexus is a good game, and one which I did enjoy. It's not for everyone though, and it's quite clear, because the game has been met with a bit of mixed feedback. Due to the game's story, its pace, its characters, and how the game expects you to invest around 15 hours into the game before it really starts to get good and open up, it's lost a lot of people. A game like this needs to capture you right at the very start, with its story, its characters, its gameplay, and it really needs to hold your interest. Scarlet Nexus does do this, but you need to at least put in 10 hours into it first, and most people just won't do that. Well, that's it for this review guys, thank you for listening, thank you for watching, and please subscribe.